let me give an acknowledgement to the wonderful Miss Rachel, aka Riders for Life, for popping up here with us. I'm going to share this point, and then I'm going to let you guys kind of just talk with me about what you all think about it. Rachel, I'd love to hear your perspective, especially what I just said about men moving on versus women trying to find replacements. But see, I blame Tyler Perry for this shit. See, he made all these movies that gave a lot of these baby mamas false hope. The Medea's family reunion. You got this woman with two kids, two baby daddies, and this bus driver just comes and I want to rescue you and I want to be your hero. And then the other movie with Rick Fox in it, and this woman, I think she had 6 kids. I don't know how many kids she had. Either way, but he comes in and he wants to be a hero, put on his cape. It's always the light-skinned dudes they make the heroes also.
Right.
The superheroes in these movies. But see, those are movies.
Yeah.
But a lot of women, and I'm telling you right now, I'm a square. I've always been a square. I don't apologize for being a square. I ain't never been shot at, stabbed up or anything like that. I've never had nothing like that happen to me. I live in a white neighborhood around white people. so I'm a square. But
those squares be the freaky ones, though.
Ooh, hey, look at Empress.
but
I was gonna say, Mel, real quick, I was gonna say I blame Sierra too. A lot of these women think they gonna have a happy ending like Sierra did.
Somebody better tell Rashanika they ain't the way it go. I'm telling you. But no, so I was saying, I was going to get to that point. I have been a guy that has, I've dealt with girls who have been ran through, and then I was the settle down guy. Not knowing that I was looking God has worked on me.
You must be the nice guy.
I've always been a nice guy, but I've always had some wrong intentions when I was in my 20s. I was just looking to run through them too, but they wanted me for the relationship because they knew I had stuff going for me. So I had to learn that myself. And when I stopped acting that way, that was when I got rewarded and blessed with what was before me. But I'll go on mute. So Rachel, you go ahead and just tell everybody what's up. What are you thinking about the conversation so far?
I mean, y'all both on point, for real. Me, unfortunately, like I said, Lonnie ain't wrong. I mean, I don't look for a replacement. Like, I got a fiance and everything. Like I tell people, I don't push that man on my kids because I don't want my kids to hate him. And I don't want no tension between the both of them. So I just accept the help that he gives me. And when he has to step in, I let him step in, like to talk to the kids, have conversations. And he's done that a lot. Like, so, I mean, for me, I'm appreciative for what I got. But at the end of the day, I would never, ever put another man you have to, say son, or my son has to call him dad or stepdad. No, I just let them build their relationship.
How does if you guys don't mind me asking, well, Rachel, how does your child's father feel about
He's deceased.
Oh, he's deceased. I'm sorry.
That's why I said my situation is way different.
Okay. So it's a little bit easier. I mean, I hate to say that he's deceased, but it's typically a little bit easier to adjust, a man in your child's life when the other parent is not just present, but just not physically here. Would you agree or disagree on that?
Yeah, in a way. But see, with me, it was easier because you got to realize he went from being godfather to being stepdad. Like, me and him wasn't nothing in the beginning. So it was like he was already there helping me as another. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So that's why it made it way easier for me. If it would have been a different man, there would have been problems. And like Lonnie says, like as a mother, I feel as though that a lot of us, once we have kids and we're either separated from the baby dad, we should not be bringing different men into our beds. Like, at the end of the day, if you can't make it to his crib, he can't find a way to get you there. Fuck the nigga. For real. There's other fish out there in the sea.
Well, there are some women who bring their kids on dates with them.
I wouldn't
do
that.
They want to see how the man reacts with their child.
I wouldn't do that.
No,
with so much going on, I wouldn't do that.
But it happens, and I guarantee it does. I knew it. What I did was all I typed in on YouTube was "woman brings children on date," Hey, hold on. I haven't vetted this video yet, but we'll look at it together. Oh, this brother's pretty funny too, by the way. He's practical and funny.
Come on, y'all. I'm about to eat with a little chick from Instagram or whatnot. You feel me? This is our first date. This is our first time linking up. You feel me? We only just been talking through the gram or whatnot. So she get here. Tell me why she pop up with 3 kids. 3 of them? You feel me? Got a 5-year-old, got a 7-year-old, and a 17-year-old. I'm 27. Your oldest almost older than me. You only about 33. What age you started? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never, ever post these kids, so all of a sudden we go out and eat. Oh, I got 3 kids. Come on, ladies, y'all can't be doing that. We gotta do way better than that, man. Don't even get me started. She don't even look like what she look like on Instagram. Straight catfish. Come on, ladies, y'all. Oh, man, I ain't going out like that, man. Y'all got up. Come on, man. I ain't on that. Straight up. Ain't no po ass. Not like that, but come on, we gotta do better, ladies. For real. Yeah. Hey, mama. Yeah, I'm about to eat right now, mama. Yeah, we got a little restaurant. Yeah, the girl I was telling you about from Instagram that I met. This Nia. Say what's up, Nia? Hi. Yeah, this is the.
See, he cap. He gonna run in the bathroom and start screaming and fussing and kicking the trash can over, but he go in there and say, "Hey, what's up, Nick?" Like, come on, dude. Like, seriously. But is he wrong?
I think men like that are still childish.
Yeah, but should he be, if he's willing to date her, should he have to accept her children along with her?
I mean, she with a package. If you're not willing to take her children, might as well just tell her from the gate. Like, look, listen, man, I want somebody who's with no kids. You see where I'm coming from? She shouldn't just put her kids right there and then. Like, she should have just went on that first date, had a conversation, told him, look, listen, I got kids. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, some females ain't shit.
I mean, kids got a free meal out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. But see, that could cost her life too. You don't know how some men be thinking.
Right. I would never bring a child on a first date, but I did know somebody like, I think this is a perfect combination. Like, I think, like, if you have one child and that person have one child and y'all been talking for a while or whatever, and if you have small children, if you want your first date to be Chuck E. Cheese, shit, well, do it. I don't think nothing wrong with that, especially sometimes when them kids young, you don't got no babysitter like that.
No, Lonnie, but you're being being serious, because that is true. Because, like, I've seen situations that people say, well, I don't have a babysitter, so I got to bring my kids with me. Like, for example, my daughter's mother, she would bring her other kids with her. Like, so I would tell her, hey, go ahead, like, me and my daughter, we're gonna sit down and eat. You want to join us? She'd show up with her other kids. And, I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, I'm feeling good about myself because she got other kids with some other dude. And I'm like, I'm kind of off the hook. So I'm like, yeah, y'all, come on, I'll pay for y'all. So,
Yeah, like, see, yeah, I don't like I said, I really don't know. I never really been through them type of situations. I think this is stuff, sometimes I remember somebody said, like, Dag, I think that was Damn D, when you said when you keep dating, you got to ask the same questions or whatever. But that's part of the game. Especially when you get a certain age, it's like you really not trying to, your patience is really short. So it's like, hey, do you have children? Me personally, men that have a whole bunch of different baby mamas, that's like I can't do that, because that means you're not sticking with your responsibility.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, just having all these baby mamas all over the place, is just a turnoff to me, and I'm sure it probably a turnoff to a man if somebody have a whole bunch of different daddies,
But
different daddies.
but would you agree that it's a lot different with women? Because so like I said, I don't mind getting into that that gender that let's have that battle of the sexes conversation because you got to think about it. These babies are coming out of out of a woman, so it's a little bit. So do you think it's different or the same? If a man, if, let's say a woman has four different baby daddies and a man has four different baby moms, do you think that's a little bit more a bad look for a woman, or is it more of a bad look for a man, or do you think it's equal? Both of you guys, what y'all think?
Rachel, you want to go?
Lonnie just passed the torch. Like, hold up, wait a minute. Let me think about this. Hold on, wait a minute. Repeat the question real quick.
So the question is this. Okay. Man you're interested has four baby mamas. But he takes care of his kids. So he takes care of his kids.
Okay.
A woman has four baby daddies. Is that situation equal in your opinion if you're thinking about dating? Or is it really more? Is that more of a bad look on a woman than it is a man?
I mean, I don't see the difference in it. You just turned it into the Brady Bunch. That's the only difference. Like, but it depends on the people. Like, is she willing to deal with it? Is he willing to deal with it?
So
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
So Rachel, I'm gonna throw this out there. I think it's a bad look on the woman. More so than it is on the guy.
Why?
Because this woman is actually having these babies come out of her body. And so I don't care. We're gonna have battle of the sexes up here. So because it's coming out of her body, I think that it causes more of a stress. So what do y'all think? Y'all type one in the chat.
It's never good to be a Tatiana, so you ain't wrong.
type one in the chat if you think I'm right on that. Type 2 if you think I'm tripping.
Nah. You should have came through. Mel should have came through when I was having my Battle of Sexes series. I might bring that back. Battle of the Sexes.
Man, chill. You were supposed to bring another episode and never did. Left us in the air for like 2 years already.
Bring it back.
It was a good vibe. The Battle of the Sexes. Well, me personally, okay, me as a female, you know, they always say what they say, mama's baby, papa's maybe, and all of that. Me personally, I don't think I only got one children's father. I never wanted a whole bunch of kids by different baby daddies. My 3 kids is by one other person. I mean, I don't think it's bad. Like if you got 3 kids or a couple kids here, or you might have another baby mama, but you know, you take it. It's too much drama. Like it's too much. So 4 different, like even a guy. So that means I got to deal with the baby mamas, or maybe I don't. It's just that's just too much. That's too much for me. It's a turn off for me. You got to be one hell of a guy if I still want to talk to you, because I look into if you want to be in a relationship with somebody, or y'all just having a little fun and go your way.
So it's in a relationship.
No, is a deal breaker.
But I'm saying, is it worse for a man to have 4 baby mamas, or is it worse for a woman to have 4 baby daddies? I say it's worse for a woman to have 4 baby daddies.
It's going to be the woman. It's always going to be the woman.
Facts.
The men, like I said, with being so that I'm a female and I'm dating the guy, I as long as, maybe if I don't have no kids by you, but if you're taking care of your children, then that's cool. But if you're not taking care of your children, I can't be with you. I don't want to be with no man that's not taking care of their children, not in their kids' life. Because God forbid, if I get pregnant, you're going to do the same to me.
Well, you know what I found most interesting about that is I'm seeing, especially with a lot of, so there are 2 things I'm seeing, and maybe y'all guys tell me if you're seeing it as well. The first thing I'm seeing is I'm seeing a lot of older women. And when I say older, I'm talking about like 33, 34, dating guys that are like 21, 22, or they have kids that are like in this buddy situation where he's 20, what do you say, 27, and the child is 17, but the woman's older, like 33, 34. I'm starting to see that trend where I feel like a lot of these older women are dating guys that are almost their children's ages, and I feel like they want these men to somehow step up and raise kids that are old enough to be like their brothers or sisters. And so a lot of guys, young men, are getting trapped in these older relationships. And then the second thing I'm noticing too is I'm seeing women. Um, Dang, I just lost thought because I got caught in that first one. So, what do y'all think? Is that something you guys are seeing as well? Like older women are now starting to prey on young hood dudes or young boys.
I don't know if I see that a lot, but I think is when women get a certain age, especially if they still look good for their age, and if a younger guy is turned on by that, they probably like it. Shit, they might want a little Keyshawn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
girls are
might want
just
a
funny.
Raheem, you know what I'm saying? They don't want no Melvin. They
Yeah.
don't want no Roscoe, you know.
They don't want those old men with their socks all the way up the legs
Yeah, yeah,
outside
you know
cutting
what I'm
grass.
saying? You know, them old heads that dress all nice and got the little hat on, got the
Yeah,
suit on.
the Easter suit wearers.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. They
crazy.
they probably want some spice in their life.
So okay, so I mean, but that's one of the trends that I am seeing that's happening, especially I think older women who with a lot of kids are now going after these younger boys and putting them in some situations that I
You
don't
know
think
that
they've been before. Go
a
ahead,
lot
Rachel.
of these older women that are doing, because I know a few of them, they old as hell trying to be with these younger men, and what they say is they just like the attention that they get from them, the attention that they won't get from a regular man their age. I'm like, listen, I don't get it, but I guess.
Well, you know what? I think it's I think it's also a control thing as well too, because they couldn't control their baby daddies. So I feel like when you get somebody younger, you feel like you're more in a position to control. Like I said, because most of these older women that I'm starting to see, they have their own houses or they have their own cars or they have the material things. And so this young guy comes in, he's living with her and her kids. So if he shows up, then it's easier for her to put him out. So he actually becomes another dependent in her house. That's what I'm seeing on that. Oh, and the other point I was going to say, have you guys ever seen any dudes out there who put on their capes to try to rescue somebody else's kids, but don't take care of their own kids? Because I know a few. So
I have seen it in other situations, not just me, and I don't get them situations at all. I really don't. But me personally, it don't matter. I wouldn't really go past a certain age too much. I wouldn't go past like maybe a good 5 years younger than me or whatever like that. But it don't matter what age the guy is. I don't want no man that I control.
Empress, funny as shit. You don't
I
want a
am
yes
I am
man.
from huh?
I say you don't want a yes man, but I get it,
Yeah,
man.
no, I don't want no yes man. I know I'm from Philly. I know we can get a little gutter, you know. I
But
can
ain't no
get like
yes man.
I'm not really aggressive. It's just like if you take I'm a sweetheart. I'm a sweetheart, but it worked both ways, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be with no man that I'm gonna tell what to do. Um I got one up on you and all that type of stuff. No, that ain't the type of relationship I'm looking for. I feel as though that the man is supposed to be the head of the household. The man is supposed to lead and everything. And of course, I will pit in, really to tell the truth, women is running the household anyway. Not running the
Yup.
household not far as like telling what to do, but keeping, you know, keeping everything up in order.
far as cooking, the cleaning, making sure a bill got paid, keeping things up. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
So
wrong.
yeah, so that's all. Making sure the kids is good and all that type of stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, and the man is to pay the bills. He's the protector of the house and stuff like that. Make sure
Yeah,
everything cool. It's just regular stuff. But listen, I
that's
don't
true.
care. I don't care the age. I don't want. I don't
I
want a
do. I'm
son.
sorry.
Yeah,
Exactly. I
I'm
do
not.
care
I'm
about
not
the
looking.
age.
Yeah, I'm not looking for a son. I'm not looking for
But looking for the
somebody to tell
daddy.
what
She
to
looking for
do.
the daddy. She said, I don't want the son, I want the daddy. See that? I understand her. I get her. She on her Dage load back.
So then I want to ask this question then. Like I said, so now y'all done turned this into an interview with both of y'all. So I want to ask this question. Now, um, when I chose to, my daughter's only met two women in my life that I dated. That was my a fiance who I broke the relationship off with after I engaged, proposed to her, and then it was my wife, who I have of 10 years now. When I made that decision to say this person is going to be the person I'm going to get married to,
Mm,
I made the plan that as much as I love my spouse comes before my child,
mm,
even if it's not their biological parent. So I want to ask this question to you guys both. Um, Rachel, you're in a relationship right now, right?
mm-hmm.
And Lonnie, you're still single, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but you're still dating. So when you do date and you do find somebody, and Rachel, you do decide that you and your fiance are going to get to that level, get married. I want to ask this one question to both of you: does your spouse come before your children? Just and if yes, why? If no, why?
That's a tricky question. You
No,
want
it
to
ain't.
know
That's a
how I get
straight up.
put the
No, it ain't.
No,
That's straight
it's
as
easy to
hell.
answer, and it could be no. It's kind of like sometimes as a parent, you get put in between a nail and a wall because I've been put through the test, right?
Okay.
Like with my sons, I have their grandmom from their father's mom. She's racist as hell. She's always had a problems with my baby pop, and she's always trying to get into my son's head. So I've always had issues. So it's kind of like I've been stuck in the middle between my fiance sometimes and my kids. So it's like, how the hell do I do this? And I've never picked a side. Like I have to get hard with my kids. And like I tell people, like, listen, they have to learn the hard way. You don't sit here and bite the hand that feeds you over some shit that's been fed to you. You see where I'm coming from? Like, so it's kind of tricky. Like for me, once my kids are older and they're doing their life, it's nothing that, that my man comes first. But right now, while they're kids, they come first. That's why I said it's hard to answer that.
So even if y'all got married tomorrow, your kids will come first.
They're supposed to. Your kid's supposed to come before anybody.
Kids, you got.
What do you think? What do you think, Lonnie? You agree with that?
Yeah, well, I got a 15-year-old, and yeah, my son comes first. Fuck what you heard, but
Yeah.
I got two kids that's grown, so
hmm That's what
you
I'm
know
saying.
what
It's
I'm
hard.
saying.
I got an 18-year-old that's on his own. It's like he said he didn't want to be here. He wanted to, not come back. He wanted to do what he wanted to do. And he's autistic. But once he said, I don't want you to be my mom, and he went to his aunt, because me and his aunt went together, he chose to be over there. I was like, you know what? There's no coming back from that. You see where I'm coming from? It's like, once you got my last name, you mean like you're special. But once you decide to take that last name away, it's curtains.
Yeah, kids be tripping though when they get a certain age.
He
They
18.
feel they self, they be tripping. They'll be
Yep.
back. They'll be back.
That's
It
why I
ain't
said they'll
nothing
be
like
back.
mom.
They'll
Now,
be
You
back.
know.
what if I told y'all both that biblically you're supposed to put your spouse in front of your children?
Mm-mm.
I
It
don't
all
believe in the
depends. It
Bible.
all depends on the situation. Mel, I really don't know. We got to give some scenarios here because
Okay, I'll give you one, but first I want to give a salute, shout out, much respect. I got my brother Young Riaz popping up here. So, Young Riaz, let me go ahead and give a scenario real quick, and I'm gonna let you jump in and give
So
your.
for me, the
Oh shit, we got young
bring
girls up
like
here.
in the children's perspective, for me though, even I'm old enough though, I feel like this though. My parents, what they did, they treated all three equally though. We're all treated equally. We're spoiled equally. We're like basically spoiled with a balance though. So we're all treated the same.
See, there's a problem with that. We can't be treated equally because
No, but
a boy
no, they
can't be treated
found
the
a
same as
way.
a girl.
They, I know, but I'm saying they found a way to do it though.
Well, but I want to hear what, but Young Riaz. So, Rachel, what were you saying on that? So, why do you think that you can't treat your children equally?
Oh, you said treat my kids
Oh no,
equally? Oh,
Riaz, were you talking about
oh, oh,
children or spouse?
No, so basically me though, so I'm just saying from a children's perspective, I'm not married yet though. I can only give you from how
oh.
my
I gotta
parent
get the
treated
law
me.
first.
I'm giving you from a children's perspective.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Because I was a little lost. I was like, wait, wait, wait,
Well,
wait, wait. You gotta treat a boy like a boy and a girl like a girl. It's
No,
like,
I know, but I think you misunderstood me. What I
yeah.
meant from a children's perspective, what I meant though, when we were treated equally, we were just basically, they found a way to cater to everyone else's needs though. So for me, I have different needs though, but same time, they found a way to treat us all equally.
I
So
got
that's what I
Oh,
meant.
okay. I kind of get
They
what you're
found a
saying.
way.
Maybe because okay, I do like yeah, we're supposed as parents, you're supposed to treat all the kids the same. It's not one kid better than the other. Yeah, I
you.
mean, I understand what he's saying.
I
Okay, I
know
get
I
it
gotta
now.
jump in real quick because this is another one y'all gonna hate me over. I disagree with y'all on that.
Oh shit.
You cannot treat the kids equally because they don't act the same way equally and they don't do the same things equally.
No, they don't,
Because
but they
my
like covering up
No,
for each other. You
hold
see where I'm
on,
coming from? They like
let,
talking back.
let me lay my plate on this one. So I want to give y'all an example. My my mother-in-law, every time she goes to the store with one of my sons,
Okay.
she picks something else up for the other son that didn't go with her.
I
My
don't like
thought process is why?
I don't like that.
But that's the mindset of we give treat kids equally. My mother had five sons, and we were all treated way differently than one another. You know, my older brothers got to eat a little bit more food on their plate because they were bigger and they were stronger than I was when I was younger.
Oh
So,
shit.
so it's not like, hey, you get the same equal portion of food.
Oh, my
My
mom is
older
different.
brothers were able to go out and do different things, when I was younger that I couldn't do until I got older. So I don't know if we necessarily true. If I don't necessarily agree with that. What do y'all
I
think
get what you're
about like treating
saying.
kids equally?
No, I get you on that. But I meant in a way they treat us the same. But I mean, in the way of needs, for me, it's different though. So the way they speak to me is supposed to speak to me. Like I don't like a certain tone of voice and stuff like that. So basically, I can handle like, okay, look, honesty, cool. But the way you speak to me and stuff like that, that's just something that they have to understand how to basically manage with me because I'm on the spectrum myself. So basically, a person can't be too hard on me, but they can't be too soft on me. They have to basically keep it in the middle. Because with me, I don't like the tone of voice because if you're too hard with me, then basically that actually, it's not creating resentment, but it also kind of scares me.
But Riaz, but you probably got a sibling that your parents could be a little bit more stern and probably a little bit more aggressive in their tone with.
I think
Mm, I got two siblings though, one brother, one sister. I'm the older one.
Okay. And so, and then this is something I want to hear from Rachel or for Lonnie,
hey, you
especially as
just bust my
well.
bubble. You don't want to hear nothing from me. You just bust my bubble. I just realized that I don't treat my kids all the
Hell no,
same.
you don't.
No, I don't.
Hell you don't.
He
I
just-
have yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I have a
super.
girl. I have a girl and two boys, and um, no, my daughter is treated way different. Each kid is, even
yeah,
though like they get treated the same, equal far as clothes on your back, like
that's what
regular
I was.
stuff. Just regular stuff, but each relationship is different. Like especially like my relationship with my daughter, my relationship with my son, it's just different. But my oldest son be in his own world. He do call me sometimes, check up on me and say, "Hey mom, how you doing?"
That boy, he be in his own world. He do his own thing.
But see, now what I
Okay.
want to ask is this.
Mm,
Now, because I know when I had my daughter and I was 23, I know she didn't have the same mother as my two sons, but my approach to raising her was different. And I know heard from my parents as they got older with my oldest brother, brother faced a lot more discipline than what I faced by the time my parents got down to me because I was the youngest. Have y'all guys, and Riaz, you can add to this if you're, like from your sibling perspective, did y'all find yourselves disciplining your oldest children harder than your younger children?
mm. Actually, though, for me, it was different, though. Actually, though, when I was younger, though, it was basically, they were like, no, they disciplined me. My mom was strict with all three at this. She was strict with me, my brother, my sister, when we were younger, but when we became much older, so I'm 22, my brother's 17, my sister's 14, so basically now, since my mom's an old, well, no disrespect, she's like 47 now, so basically, she don't have much energy to do that. She's just basically laid back approach type thing. Basically, she's laid back type of thing. So she's just kind of, being a little laid back, chilled out, but she still found a way to do stuff
So
because she don't
Riaz,
have much energy.
basically you wore her down and you took all her energy, so she ain't had nothing
No,
left for your
no,
sibling.
why are you blaming me though for taking her energy though? She's old though, man. She's getting older.
No, so but Lonnie, Rachel, what do you guys think? I mean, did y'all raise? Thinking about it? Were you a lot more strict on your older children than your younger?
Yeah, and I think that's why my oldest son is mad at me. But I saw it as because I think I was harder on my oldest because he was autistic and the world wanted me to sugarcoat things and spoil him. And I felt as though that he was no different. He just saw the world differently than me. So I don't know. It's like he was a little more harder to deal with, a little more harder to take care of. Um,
Mm,
so I was harder on him than what I have been on my other two. I'm not as hard with my youngest because I co-parent with her dad.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't feel like arguing with him when she gets out of pocket. Since he don't want me to pop her, I was like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna agree with you. I won't pop her. But when she gets with that talking back, come deal with your daughter, and that's what I do. I call his ass. You better get here. You don't want an argument. You don't want to fight today. Come deal with your daughter, cause she needs an ass
okay.
whooping. So it's yeah.
So what about you, Lonnie? You feel like you were more difficult with your oldest child?
Um, this this what I'm gonna say. My oldest two, they're kind of like back to back, and I treated them when they was young. They got treated like fairly equal. They wasn't really bad kids, I can say. My youngest, whew,
They not bad. They hard headed.
yeah, he calmed down a
I take
lot.
offense to that.
I
Yeah,
don't say they bad.
he calmed down a lot, but he was that one man. He was that one man. But
So,
Mm,
I really didn't have, and then my oldest son, I mean, his father just look at him and he was good. So, but I got some friends that's single mothers and they sons got a lot of mouth.
Yep.
My son no
okay.
better. Even but the youngest one, his mouth a little crazy too, and then he gotta get put in his place. He
Mm-hmm.
he a little piece of work, but he
It's
not
smart.
bad though. But he a piece of work.
You know
well,
what's
you got to
crazy,
pay
Empress?
attention to who they're talking to in their school.
Mm,
Because a lot
okay.
of kids are learning some inappropriate.
The thing is as well with me, so sometimes though depending on the situation, my dad's just like pretty much nah man, just let my mom deal with me. Because the thing is I listen more to my mom than I listen more to my dad though. Depending on what situation it is though. Like in certain situations though, he prefers that my mom discipline me over him though. Because I'll listen more to the mom because I'm more closer to my mother and my father type of thing. He's got that author, 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 author,
Authoritarian.
Yeah,
Authoritarian.
authoritarian voice though. Now I knew what the word is and I knew how to pronounce it, but I kind of stuttered there. So yeah, that type of, or yeah, he got that, man. He got that type of voice though. He got that strong voice though. So whatever he says though, it say he shook me. So I just listen like that. No arguments there.
Yeah.
Like I can, no, but I would argue, but I disagree with it.
But see, then this goes back to what I was saying before, where I know some parents disagree with me, and yeah, Lonnie needs to have the battle of sexes again for sure.
Yes,
And
you do.
I need to be on, and I'm gonna come up there, and
I don't know. I'll be scared to
I'm
hop
gonna
on her
say,
battle of sexes. I ain't gonna
and
lie.
I'm gonna say this right here, and y'all ain't gonna like it. Like I said before, biblically,
You
when
said
you take on a spouse, that spouse is supposed to come before your children. That spouse is, but here's the catch. And so I don't make apologies about it. My wife is my number two A1 day one. She comes before everything else other than my faith. But the reason for that is that's why you're supposed to make sure you vet the right person. You're supposed to find somebody that loves your children more than you love your children and would put their life on the line faster than you would for your children. And
mm,
therefore, you could trust them to be in that role of being the
Mm,
person that you place before your kids.
you know what's crazy? You're the second person that I've been on a panel with that has said this
okay.
within 3 months.
Well, I can agree to that, but also when you're saying about that type of way, actually, though, my brother actually is basically, he's allowed to go out on his own and stuff like that. So for me and my brother, we got two different needs and stuff like that. He's able to go out on his own and stuff like that. And for me, I'm different though. So basically, I'm not able to do that type of thing. I need a little bit more like travel type training and spatial awareness type of thing. Because
Mhm.
sometimes though, when I go outside though, half the time though, I get in my peripheral vision type of thing. When I walk outside, half the time I walk into other people by mistake because I'm not sure where I'm looking and stuff like that. So that's why my brother is able to go out on his own because the way he's made though, that's just how it is though. I'm just different though. That's how I describe me. My brother is able to go out on his own, but not me. I'm
Well,
not blaming my.
I'm a lot more, and I'm a lot more strict on. I'm a lot more strict on my oldest son when it comes to doing business, because if something happens to me, he's the one that's going to have to really start learning about doing things the business way. My youngest son is just more, I'm teaching him about survival. So like you said, it's like, like, dude, why you walking in front of people or riding your bike in front of people? Like you're gonna hurt yourself, man. So, but Rachel, yeah, I, that's exactly where I've always been with that. But the trick is that's why you have to pick the right people. Now I'm gonna share this with you guys as well because this story touched me a lot because at the time, well, no, I was married at the time, but I just recently came to common ground with my child's mother, and I'm gonna have a child support live about that one that I'm gonna celebrate, but
Hey,
but
yo, I'm dead.
it's just,
Okay,
no,
I
I'm
get
telling you
that.
guys, but I'll give a spoiler. So when I got that paper that said that we were done, I literally took a video of myself, like without even thinking. I jumped into the pool,
Mm.
started singing something about the name Jesus because
Yeah,
I
he
went
was
through
happy to
hell
see
with
that.
that
I
woman.
did.
Okay.
But I want to share this video because this shows like some of the volatility when there's an imbalance between the step parent and the actual parent. So you guys probably have
Okay.
seen this story before.
Okay,
Go
that's
ahead.
interesting. But the only reason I say it's kind of easy for me the way I grew up, because I already have two parents in my home. That's why I was saying treated equally in a way. Because to
Mhm.
me, two parents are in no home, so they found a way to deal with me accordingly like that. That's why, I get what you're trying to say though. But when
Yeah.
I'm saying it from a two-parent home perspective type of thing.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I grew up in a two-parent home. My parents, they let me off the hook where where my brothers, they did, like, I would do things on purpose. Like, all right, so Riaz, before I play this video, I'll tell you how I was able to get over on my parents. They would tell me to go wash the dishes. I would purposely mess up washing the dishes just so they would get frustrated and tell one of my other brothers to go do it. Like, I was flawed, like, but probably that was my oldest brother. When he was coming up, they would have probably fussed at him or put him, whatever the case may be. But let me share this video with you guys.
All right, let's get to it, though. Yeah, I get you on that.
Searching for answers, the attorney for Chad Reed's widow tells us she's ready to end the speculation and show the public exactly what happened when Kyle Carruth fatally shot Chad Reed on November 5th. She claims Kyle Carruth should be arrested for murder, yet no charges have been filed. While Kyle Carruth's lawyer, David Gwynn, has also shown us a video from another perspective, saying he believes that it supports Kyle's claim of self-defense. Now, we're going to show you both of those videos side by side. We've censored the profanity and blurred the graphic images, but we do want you to know that these videos are disturbing.
This is on video! Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911.
All right, so let me preview this. Okay, the guy in the teal shirt, he is the father of 2 children that are in that home. The guy who's holding the gun is the homeowner of the house. The guy in the teal shirt was supposed to have custody, visitation of his kids on that day, but the owner of the house is dating the guy in the teal shirt, his ex-wife, who kept the man in the teal shirt from getting his kids because she said the kids didn't want to be with him and all this other blah, 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 blah. So she took her kids to her boyfriend's house where he comes out with a gun and saying, you need to get off my property. So that's what this situation is right here. So let me play it back a little bit.
Now, we're going to show you both of those videos side by side. We've censored the profanity and blurred the graphic images, but we do want you to know that these videos are disturbing.
This is on video! Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. Call 911. I'm recording it! Oh my god! Call 911. Call 911. I have it on video, Kyle. You did it, not him.
I told all of y'all to leave.
We came to get his son.
He's not here.
She should have told that. She should have told that.
None of y'all should be here. None of y'all should be here. I asked you to leave. I did everything. I did not want to do any of this.
911.
What do y'all think?
Wow. I guess though, like she should have told, him that they weren't there, but at the same time, she probably had a reason not to let the kids see him and stuff like that. She probably had a reason or something like that. But at the same time, though, the guy who shot him and stuff like that, nah, man, he was in the wrong, though, man. Even though he's like saying it was defense and stuff like that, nah, man, I think you're wrong for doing that.
But Rhea, salute to you, Selah. Thank you so much for popping in. But I want to say this though. It was on his property though. Doesn't he have a right to defend himself on his property?
He does. Once he said, I want you to leave, they should have left. They provoked this. That's why I'm saying, like, some people don't understand. You got to learn your laws and your rights, because you are allowed to have a shotgun without a permit in your house.
But then at the same time, is this his fault or is this the woman's fault who would not let this man see his child?
I blame all three.
All three. I can agree.
I feel as though all three have a blame. The mom for doing the things the way she did it, the boyfriend for being Superman at the moment, and the baby dad for not walking away.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Of course, though, the guy that he did, though, he has the right to defend, no doubt. I get that, though. No doubt he has the right to defend that, though. I get you on that. But I'm, Yeah, even I don't know, man. It's just because I'm from a different
The mom is
country,
worse
so
than all
for
three.
me,
The mom is worse than all three of them because at the end of the day, like if she didn't sit down and think like about the consequences behind this, like she should have known better. Like what would have happened?
But
Like
wait,
first of all,
mhm.
time out technical foul. Time out technical foul. Though. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
wait,
Hold on.
because
Hold
I'm
on.
over here thinking about this shit.
How many of y'all? So Rachel, if that was your child and you had visitation to see your child, and you got this man who has a gun blocking you from potentially getting your child, are you gonna walk away?
See, I would go get the
Mm,
proper. See, listen, you're talking to a woman. Me personally, like, wait, you want my right mind state? I'll go get the fucking cops. Give me my fucking child. You see where I'm coming from? Man or
Rachel,
woman? I
you
don't know if
black
I'm
and
right
out.
or wrong. Because it's
okay.
like this can go vice versa. Since I don't know the deeper background to it,
Mhm.
I'm just guessing. So it could be a good side, could be a bad side. But the way this shit went down, it's seeming and it's aiming towards her. Like you set these two men up for doing the shit the way you did it. Cause I don't know if you was in your bag. I don't know if the man was abusive. I don't know if he was, being a bitch. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can say that here. Like
You can say that here. I'm
I
fine with
can go about this in so many ways. I gotta get in my detective bag when it comes to videos like this, for real, for real.
that. Okay.
That's
Let's show the other
interesting. I
perspective.
get you on that though.
No
So
matter
to
what,
me,
the guy shouldn't
I'm
have to
only a
accept that either.
foreigner, so I'm not too familiar on that type of thing. I get you. Of course, you got the right to defend, no doubt. But I'm probably like, you already know I'm a foreigner. So basically, half the time, I don't really know too much about it. I'm just viewing it from the outside looking in.
Yeah, no. I totally get that. Here's another like a more of a
Because like I
From
tell
you.
people, listen,
okay, so this is from the perspective of the baby mama.
but listen, you know that the man with the shotgun could win this case, right? Because like I
Oh
tell
yeah.
people, mine was a little different.
Mhm.
Mine was more with a knife, right? And like I keep saying it, like I was able to win the case. They're like, how you get a self defense case if you stabbed a chick in front of the house? I was
Mhm.
like, exactly. It was in front of my mama's property, and she was told to leave more than once, and I was defending my mom. So at
Mhm.
the end of the day, yeah, he has a chance of winning this. Any lawyer could win this for him,
I
especially
think
with
I think he did. I think he did beat it. I think he did. But
yeah.
but
It's the fucked up part about it.
I know, I know.
This is on video. Get out
So that's the baby mama right there screaming this on video and recording.
She was there?
Yeah,
Oh, I was
Yeah.
there the whole
yeah,
time. Oh shit.
she was in the
So that's
house.
pure instigation, no. That's like instigating, man. I felt like she instigating it. Like of course she in the wrong, don't know that what she was doing now. But I feel like when she recording and the way she was behaving, she's kinda instigating it.
But hey, Lonnie, did you fall off and you came back? Well, I got you on here twice.
Yeah, I fell off by mistake. I was up here, uh, in the kitchen doing stuff. But I was listening the whole
Yeah.
time.
She
Well, I'm
working
gonna
on my
drop your
credit.
other one from the studio.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. I think I got you back now. But
Yeah, I'm here.
so what do you
Uh,
got? What do you think on this, Lonnie?
Listen, I'm just going to go through the courts. I know emotions is high. Like I said, at the end of the day, you're hurting the kids. Um, unless the parent have a drug problem, some type of issues going on, I feel as though that kids should not be deprived of either parent.
Facts.
So, with that, listen, you just giving me a goddamn break. Especially it depends on how old these kids is. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
I see them later, and I'll just take measures in the other hand, not like this because it's just not good. I know emotions be high and everything and all of that, but when people do this, they'll wind up losing custody of their children.
Well,
Yep.
Chad Reed lost his life. So in this situation, and it's crazy because now all this could have been avoided if the woman who's holding the camera did one thing. What do y'all think she should have done?
Should have just, stepped in, no, and or he should have either one stepped in or basically two just talk him down, just try and calm the situation down. No. So basically, either to step in or just basically talk to him one by one or something like that. Just step in the middle and just try and calm the situation down.
Or she
No,
could have
young Rhea,
just gave that man his children.
she could no, fuck all that, young Riaz Alani. No, fuck all that. What she should have done, what that man said, what he said, them children aren't there. She should have just said, Chad, your kids are not here. That's all she had to do. But she too busy recording.
I thought she wasn't there.
The kids wasn't there.
But that's what the man said. He said they weren't there. Yeah. And you know what? And let this be a lesson to all men who put on that cape and play super stepdad. You know, I know the Superman music catches you and you want to hear that music playing and you go on and you put on that, you rip open that shirt and hit the SD. I'm going to tell you something right now. If your woman puts you in a position where you got to shoot somebody and you could potentially lose your freedom over somebody else's kids,
she ain't for you.
She ain't for you.
I know that.
This is on video. Get out.
Oh, shut the hell up. Yeah. So
were the kids in there? It seemed like somebody was inside the house.
Well, she was, but the guy said the kids weren't there. So that's
a tragic end in the search for a.
That's one example where I wanted to share about, like, when you don't actively work to have a relationship with the other parent, if you're the step parent, you're going to put yourself in a position where you could lose your freedom or even your life without having a real understanding, where you got some raggedy, trashy ass woman like this woman seemingly was, because she was too busy recording, instead of going out there being the adult and saying, Chad, your kids aren't here, or whatever, or saying, hey, Chad, you can come in and see if the kids are here, because they're not here, and being a person to have some resolve. But now her boyfriend is getting in trouble for kids that aren't even his. But here's the other side of it too. If you want to, for the ladies who are looking for love before they look for the right person for their kids. So I understand exactly what you're saying, Rachel, what you said, Lonnie, Riaz, when you say that the children should come before your spouse or your person. I understand, because there are tragedies like this that happen.
A missing 13-year-old in Kissimmee. Authorities say that they found Madeline Soto in a wooded area. This is in Osceola County. Detectives believe that Stefan Stearns, the boyfriend of the girl's mother, killed Soto Monday morning at the apartment complex where the family lives. Video reportedly shows Stearns throwing items into a dumpster at the complex, where investigators later found Madeline's backpack inside. Stearns was arrested earlier this week on charges of sexual battery and possession of child sex abuse material.
How do you bring monsters around your children like this?
Wow.
How do you introduce your kid to their killer, and then you feel and you live with yourself?
I guess some people are just desperate. They ain't right though, but to them, they're just desperate. And it's very wrong, of course. I'm saying it's very wrong. I'm saying to that person, no, they're just desperate to find someone, no. That's just how it is.
Some women just ain't women. They don't deserve to carry that title. Shit. They're what you call Lilith, aka Delilah in disguise.
Okay. Delilah in disguise. I'm gonna look that up.
Okay. So I pretty much that they're not women, they're girls, and some men are not worthy of the title of men, they're boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this case. I think.
You know this? Okay.
Yeah. A Humble man has been sentenced to life in prison for killing his girlfriend's daughter. The Harris County District Attorney says Van Brisbane was convicted of capital murder for killing 16-year-old Lauren Juma at their home in Humble in 2022. Brisbane is not eligible for parole.
So this is to Lonnie's point that Lonnie made earlier. Lonnie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm looking at.
So this is to the point where you said, as far as like your daughter being with you as opposed to being with their father, because you have a tendency to be really concerned about abuse that happens to your daughters, especially when it comes to bringing new men around your kids, or bringing new men or bringing new people around. So as sickening as this is, hopefully this live can be a lesson to young mothers out there who may be tuning in, or you can share this with those young mothers, that before you bring somebody into your home, you better do a background check on them. And this is the case right here where I really believe every young mother, especially if you're a teen mom, they really should sit you down in those school programs and really help you understand and educate you on why you have to be careful who you bring around your children, especially your daughter, but your sons too, but especially your daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And the dads got to worry about who they bring around their sons, because there's been cases of,
Yeah. Well, no. Even but dad, I'm only showing a few cases, but I can show if you type in uh father's girlfriend kills child, you'll pull up almost just as many, well, not almost just as many, but you'll pull up a number of those cases. And yeah, and boys are
are
preyed on
also by men.
terribly by men.
Yeah.
So
Boys are really preyed on, and they preyed on a lot by women too.
Yep.
Yeah, I worked in the field, so it's
I
just
did.
disgusting
You didn't
to
see a few
have
of the
that predatory behavior.
facts. You didn't see the case. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
well, I think it was a few years back. I did a reaction to it where on Facebook these females was getting on there and they were commenting on women's kids pictures, talking about how they would do things with these kids. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, that was the most disgusting thing I could I've ever heard or seen. Like, y'all literally on these comments talking about the sexual things y'all would do to babies.
yeah.
Like,
Wow.
women are more freakier than men out here, more perverted than men out here sometimes. Like, and that's the most messed up thing that
Well,
I've
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these cases where you see sexual abuse happening, when it comes to a parent and somebody who they're dating abusing their children, the parent has knowledge of that. So
Mm-hmm.
they have knowledge of it, and I believe the parent had knowledge of this one. So I'm gonna let y'all guys look about Nazaya
Oh,
Harris,
wow.
and y'all.
Okay.
So what?
I was gonna say as well, though, is that the children who have like special needs as well, they're more easy to take advantage of. It's very wrong though. So when you say it like that, that's kind of I get what you mean though.
Well, no, and yeah, especially if you got a child that's special needs, that is one of the that's one of the most targeted demographic and groups that get abused in this type of worst type of way. But let me share this for you
I
guys.
agree. That's why I was just saying, I'm more overprotected. Or I'm more, both parents are overprotect me. But of course, they protect both my siblings, though, but they're more overprotective with me, though.
Okay.
But anyway, let's get to the video, though.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
We started covering this story back in February when Detroit Detroit Police took over the case from Detroit Public Schools Public Safety. This was not known. Nothing was known to the media until February 14th, Valentine's Day, when a massive search was underway. And then for months and months trying to find her, and then nothing.
The evidence shows overwhelmingly in this case that she is in fact deceased.
This is believed to be the last picture taken of 13-year-old Nazaya Harris before she disappeared in Detroit on January 9th. Thursday, investigators announced homicide charges as well as criminal sexual conduct charges against 41-year-old Jarvis Butts, someone with a criminal record and someone known to Harris's family.
We suspected him from the beginning, considering his background and things like that we've heard.
So he had previous sexual assault cases lodged against him.
About him.
Butts is being charged with homicide despite the fact that the teenager's body was never found. During Thursday's press conference, Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy revealing shocking evidence.
You look at that face and you do not see the horrors that she had gone through in her short life.
Oh, let me share this before the prosecutor shares it. This son of a bitch coward who probably should be electrocuted and executed, he actually impregnated her. And she was 13 years old.
Wow.
And he killed her because she was going to tell somebody at the school what had happened to her.
That's crazy, yo.
Exploitation,
Hashtag we live in chaos,
the molestations, the sexual abuse, and the pregnancy that she was concealing. There's no evidence of anyone else being the father of that child other than the defendant himself, who we charge today. And he knew she was pregnant. We know that he was also searching for ways to abort the baby.
This is a story that has attracted a lot of attention. Detroit podcaster Mark DeAndre.
Even in March, when I was doing the podcast, I felt like I had this thing pretty much solved as far as, what came out today. I said this months ago as far as what the end result was.
Investigators say they have no plans to charge anyone else in this case.
I'm upset about that, and I would like to see charges being brought against those that knew, that were affiliated with him and knowing, and that allowed him to be around the children, knowing he wasn't supposed to be.
In a sad...
Well, sister, I hate to tell you this, then your sister needs to go to prison as well, too, because she's the one that introduced her daughter to this killer, because she was the one trying to find love from a man who was a convicted sex offender.
Sad turn of events. Neziah Harris's father, Mervyn Jennings, passed away this summer.
Literally died of a broken heart. Unfortunately, he had congestive heart failure. He's already sick and got sicker going out looking for her.
That was the father that passed away?
Yeah. So
wow.
So in the midst of when they were still trying to search for her body, he ended up passing away. So he knew his daughter was the only thing he knew was his daughter was missing.
Oh, well, I guess so, isn't it like the mother of the daughter, she was desperate to find, a person to love as well. So instead of, like background checking, because, you get some people like that who are just very desperate to find someone, though. Because they found like,
but let me show you something. No, you're right. But let me show you something that every parent can do. Okay. All right. Let me see.
I agree.
Let me just pick a random area code that I know of. All right. So I just type in a random area code, and you can look up somebody to find out if they are on a registered on a sex offender register.
Interesting. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So that's good, though, actually, background check and everything. Yeah, I agree with you on that, though. But I'm saying you get some people, I get you know what they can do, though, of course. I'm not disagreeing. No doubt, fully agree with you on that. All I'm saying is some people are just very desperate and they don't really,
Yeah, but I'm glad you brought that up. We got the one Miss Selena popping in and checking out. Yes, Selena, we had a really intense discussion about relationships and in terms of like stepdads and stuff like that, But I wanted to share this real quick because I hope that this is something that you guys can share with people in your communities. If you really want to know if somebody is a threat that's being brought around your children and you feel kind of suspicious about them, do a sex offender chat. You can always go on a website to do that check. Okay. And this was from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, but you have one in every state that you can use to do that. So don't feel like you can't. You can't. So
add something into that. Those are real great apps to use, and you can see who is the current sex offender in your area. But I want people to keep in mind. That there's a lot of men and women out here that haven't been caught, and they're not in the sex registry. So you have to be cautious with who you still bring in your house, even if you don't find them in one of them apps.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, though, man. Also, when you search for that person you want to love and stuff like that, you should actually check their family as well, If you know how they behave around their family, then you know what is in store. That's one way and stuff like that, finding out, to double check and doing a background check as well. You have, if their family if you see how their relationship with the family or how they treat their family or how their family family behaves also, then you kind of get a bit of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So that's good. So means that
Those are real great apps to use, and you can see who is the current sex offender in your area. But I want people to keep in mind that there's a lot of men and women out here that haven't been caught, and they're not in the sex registry. So you have to be cautious with who you still bring in your house, even if you don't find them in one of them apps.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So that's good.
Well,
Riaz just threw me off. Wait, what?
It's your mic is a little bit of the matrix, Riaz. But what Riaz has said is something that's very true. Is you have to check the family history as well too, because
Okay.
before you bring somebody in, before you bring, when you bring people around your kids, you're also going to be bringing their families around your kids. So if that makes sense.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with that. I
So
agree. No doubt.
if you're gonna check, you got to still. And Rachel said something that's very factual as well too. Is you can't just you can't just go off the register offenders list. You got to go a little bit more beyond that too. You have to look at. You got to look at more than just that. You got to look at, even if they're not on the list, what do they do and how do they act and how do they respond.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I agree though. No doubt. No doubt. I totally agree with you on that though.
yeah, there's one more short I'm going to use on here. But do you guys have anything y'all want to add?
Very much.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I totally agree with you was saying. It's easy to look on the list. It's just also easy to be careful, and that is important too. You gotta watch out for the aunts, the uncles, the whatever. Um, like I said,
Stay away from those cookouts. Don't go to
but yeah,
them cookouts.
we most definitely have to watch the kids with the cookouts. You got to watch them uncles. Usually at the cookouts, the
You gotta
kids
watch them
play.
aunts too.
Yeah. The kids play with the kids. Listen, how about this? And I love
You gotta
kids.
watch the kids too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say it.
yeah,
Watch the
that's
older
true.
cousins, yeah.
You gotta watch older kids and stuff like that too. That's why you just have to have, you just have to have awareness with your children. I remember me growing up, you tell your parents, don't nobody touch you down there. Nobody.
You know
Don't
what,
nobody, it's just stuff that what is it? Stranger danger. Don't talk
Lonnie?
to strangers. Don't.
Lonnie, I just
Mhm.
had this conversation with my kids last week. It was
Mhm.
something, and I cannot remember. It was something that one of my kids said, and it wasn't inappropriate, but it was something. And I had to sit them down, and I realized I had never talked to them about the M word. And
Right.
about from a boy's perspective about what to watch out for. So I sat down with both of my sons. We sat down. I sat them down on the edge of their beds, and we were talking. And I said, "Son, if somebody does this or this, and you don't feel right if they do this or this," I said, "you need to let me, your mom, let your teachers know, or somebody know that this is happening, because that's not okay." So what I want
Yeah.
to do is teach them that there are certain ways you can be touched that's okay, but there are certain ways and certain places you can be touched that's not. And it never occurred to me to have that conversation with my sons. But then it was because of something. It was just a casual conversation my son had, or we were talking, and it was like, wow, I need to tell them this. And I also shared that with my brothers to share with their kids, because it was one of the things we just didn't talk about.
Well, I think it's more talked about now, but I know, like I said, me coming up, it was just, don't nobody touch your private areas. As I was coming up, I couldn't even, I probably got a hug maybe from my uncle, maybe from my dad, but men couldn't hug me. I remember when my daughter was young, my mom, she had a friend, and my daughter was like a toddler or whatever, and I told him, don't hug my daughter. I mean, I wasn't trying to be smart. That's what the fuck it was. But guess what? He didn't get offended. He was like, he was with it. He was like, he didn't get offended at all.
Yeah,
So,
you got to watch people who get offended. So for example,
Actually.
my kids, they had a friend that they got two friends that live right up the road from them. on the same street, same white community. So they came over to the house and they were playing with my sons. And so one of my sons, he was like, "Hey, come inside." He told one of the boys to come inside. I gave my son a death look. And it wasn't a death look like, I don't want them kids in my house. It was a death look like, son, do you think it's okay for a child to go in somebody's house without their parent? Now I need to talk to you.
Right.
So I called the boy's mom over and I told her, I said, it's not that I don't mind your sons coming into the house. I said, I just know for me, I wouldn't want my kids going into a house unless I was there.
Yeah, no, that's
and she understood that.
Yeah, you understand.
He was so nice about it.
Yeah, you have to.
You almost say, "Get the fuck out of my house."
Yeah.
No, I be straight up. I don't want my child in your house. I don't know what could happen. I've done it. People look at me like, "Listen, I'm straight up with that shit."
My mom used to yell. My mom be like, "Who the fuck in my house?" You be like, "Oh, let me get up out of here. Let me know. Who the fuck on my door?"
Like, I've had little kids be like, Miss Rachel, can I go into your? I'm like, you can go into the front of my house, but you can't go inside my porch. You can't. They be like, she can't go. No, that's your child. Why would you let your child come in my house? I'm straight up. People get mad at me because I'm straight up. I'm bold with that shit.
Yeah, when my kids was young, if any of their friends wanted to come over, of course I talked to the parents. I was cool with the parents. If my kids had a party and any of the kids came over, I will ask the parents, "Hey, we serving this, that, and third. Are they allowed to eat this?" Because kids be having peanut allergies, all that type of stuff. I don't got no EpiPens, whatever the hell it's called, in my house. I am not having a panic attack in here. So I always ask, then in Philly, a lot of people don't eat pork, whatever. So, because if you come over my house or whatever, if I'm cooking, anything, everybody is welcome. I'm breaking up.
No, you just
no, you're clear.
Oh, okay.
I was
yeah, it's just some real stuff. Like, I'm one of them people, if I cook, everybody gonna eat, water, whatever. Like, you're a guest here, but when it come to kids, no, you gotta ask your parents first. I ain't giving you nothing.
I think that's the teacher in me, because like when I told him that, and I guess Rachel, the way I said it, like I had to say it like a teacher. So, because I guess I'm used to doing it that way, but because I don't like being put in situations, even when I'm in the school building, where I feel like something could be said or something could be applied. And so when I'm having kids play with my kids, I would say, hey, go around the side of the house, because I don't want it to ever be said or implied of something. So, I don't want, God forbid, I would hate to have a kid try to say something, like untrue about me. And then they say, well, yeah, Mr. Whitlock, his bedroom looks like this. I'm like, no, you ain't supposed to know what my bedroom looks like. So, so that's one of the reasons why I'm like really protective about that. And like I said, if you are a parent out there and you're listening, don't just say, hey, yeah, go over to the neighbors. If they're older, that's one thing. But if you're just letting your kids go into a neighbor's house and you don't know who's inside of that home, you could be setting your kid up for some type of trauma. Who do I got?
Okay.
Who do I got?
Yeah, I can.
I got the Miss Selena popping up. Go ahead, young Riaz, and then I'm gonna let Selena.
I was gonna say though, a long time back when you're saying you're cool with your kids, friends, parents. No, for me, when I was younger, both my parents were friends with my friends' parents and stuff like that. They were cool with. When I had friends and stuff like that, we were close like that. So my parents, were friends with that type of thing. So when you describe it like that, yeah, of course. So I was allowed to go over there and they can come over to my home and stuff like that. But I had to phone them first. I think one time I think I was very sly one time. I think it was Sadie one time, the old king before that he passed away that time. I think me, my brother, my friends, we were all clever. Instead of going to attack under this and what we were supposed to do, we went to my friend's home and I didn't tell my mom where we were going. So we just, went to my friend's home and we just played there. I know that's wrong. But
I hope she grounded you for a week.
No, no, I'll tell you what happened afterwards. So what
Okay.
happens is we're playing. After that, I was just like, okay, you know what? I just did the right thing and just phoned my mom. Where am I? She says, nah, man, just come home. After that, I wasn't allowed to go out for a bit on my own. No. Like I had to wait for a bit, and then I was like that. But I think that was it, man. I think it was in a gated community, and I know that wasn't safe though, but. No, that was just wrong of me back then. I wouldn't pull such a stunt now though.
Well, let the Miss Selena come up here and let her give some wisdom and some cooking up here. So salute to you, sister.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, Selena.
Lonnie's up here, and we got Rachel, Young Riez. Good to talk to you guys today. I'm about to go in and have my Sunday dinner, but I will say, I really am very cautious of when, especially when kids like people, kids in my family go and spend the night with other children, because you have to be very cautious. A lot of the times, children molest other children. And sometimes it is the adults, but it's sometimes other children. Maybe they have been molested and they molest other children. So you got to be very cautious of who you allow your children to spend a night with and engage with, because some parents have not. They have not been cautious of what their children are doing, and so you really do have to be cautious. I know at the school that I work at, the assistant principal had, let all the teachers know, all the staff know, do not let children go to the restroom by themselves, because the children were molesting, touching on other children. So you definitely have to be cautious, because kids are curious. We're, as children, we all were curious about, different things. But you definitely, when it comes to your own, you have to guard your children, and not to be so strict to where they can't do anything. But you definitely have to be very observant and very cautious of who your children spend time with, and that's in the family and out of the family. So that's just my advice.
No, that's great advice to share and great advice. And so Selena, like me, we both share that field and we share that experience. But yeah, you have to be. I remember hearing about one case somewhere further down south in Florida where a student was having sex with multiple boys in a bathroom, and
Right.
they blame the school for it, but it's like, what can you really do about that,
Right. Right.
but you have to make sure that in education, teachers are made aware of kids who have suffered some type of sexual trauma,
Right.
because studies are showing that those kids will tend to repeat that trauma.
They definitely will.
Yeah, and I actually worked as a behavior specialist, specifically working with a kid who was labeled as a child sex predator, and because he was preyed on, and then as a result, he was about 11 or 12, he became a predator himself. And then
Mhm.
I followed up with the kid, like looked up, like arrest or something like that, and sure enough, he was in his 20s and he got arrested for what? Possession of child pornography.
Exactly.
So so yeah, it's so you have to really be diligent on that. Selena, I'm glad you brought that point up. We've been dropping different gems and wisdom, and just giving some advice to people. I mean, you guys agree with that? We've been just giving advice for people,
Mhm.
So
Yeah, most definitely. I used to work with delinquent delinquent juveniles and juveniles that had behavior issues, and most definitely it was uh kids that had to stay away from certain other kids, because the kids they predators too, or one, they so sexually active. I worked on a girls unit, and they slept with their doors open, but 1 minute
I mean, it's not funny, but I was 22 at the time, so I was still young myself, and I worked on the unit between like 14 to 18 or whatever. And these kids was so dysfunctional. I had to pray. I really had to pray going into work. I really had to try not to laugh in these kids' face because 1 minute, they dressed up like boys. The next minute they put and weave in their hair. It was just
I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
it was just a lot going on. And and they'll be in each other rooms. Like I worked the second shift, but the overnight shift, they'll tell me like the overnight shift coming near, they'll go to sleep. So they would go in each other's rooms. They putting hickeys on each other necks, then they beefing, they fighting. It was
Empress ain't
just
lying.
yeah, it was just a mess. I said this is a whole hot mess. And that was my first and that was my first and last job working with kids, with them juveniles. That was too
Right.
much.
That was crazy. But guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'll catch the rest of it later. But I'm gonna have to go. I'm about to go get something to eat.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to you
All
guys
right,
later. Okay.
Shalina. Enjoy your
Okay.
Sunday.
All right. Hey, so I'm gonna play this last short that I did.
Okay, I'm a mute.
And then I'm gonna close it out after that. So y'all guys just hang tight real quick.
Okay, I get you on that though. Yeah. Yeah, I remember one time that actually when I was very, very young. One time in Pakistan, me and my cousin went out though on our own. I didn't tell anybody else. When we got back, safely, thank God though, you know, when I didn't tell. Instead, I wasn't the one, I was so young though. I was the one who got in trouble. My cousin who was older than me, my older cousin though, in Pakistan, he was the one who got in trouble and I was the one who got off because I was very young though. So they actually they were more mad at him than me because he was the older one. So
So y'all weren't treated equal.
not in that sense though. My cousin, of course not. Of
Yeah.
course not. No, my cousin's different. Pakistan, they're a little different though, man. So it's like a culture type thing though. So for me, I was just very young. I was the guest and stuff like that. So they weren't really too mad at me for that though. They understood what was going on with me, but with my cousin who was older than me, my cousin, his dad got upset with him and stuff like that.
Got you. Well, let me play this video real quick. I will close it out. So
is exactly why you're on child support.
So it's the video is about this man.
Smile without your eyes. This is exactly
who's commenting on a man who said he wasn't willing to help a woman take care of his child because she put him on child support. But I'll show the whole video after I show my response to it.
Why you're on child support, but
spoken like a true simp. And simping ain't easy. Salute to the angry man for pointing out another one of these fraudulent type of brothers. You know what I'm talking about. These baby mama superheroes who would put on their spandex, put on their capes, use their superpowers to fly down into the hood and to uplift a baby mama as she tears down another black man and black father, just trying to do the right thing. You see, I wonder if we have the same energy for men as we do for women. See, anytime a woman hits a man or fights a man, everybody always asks, well, what did the man do to that woman to make her angry? So I want to ask the question is, what did that baby mama do to that man to make him get so tired of the point where he was upset that she used the white man's system against him when all he was probably trying to do was be a father to his children? So I wholeheartedly agree with that man with that message that he gave his baby mama. It's a shame we got simps out there who would defend that.
All right, so let me show the actual video itself.
But when I tell y'all it's an evil world that we live in, check out the caption right here on this status. You telling me that the mother of your child called you and let you know that your son is having behavioral issues and is asking you to step in as the father, as the other parent, to help correct said behavior issues. And your response is, I don't care, call child support. Maybe they can help you. I mean, I don't know, man. This to me seems like this is exactly why you're on child support. But
spoken like a true simp. Bet money this dude ain't got no kid.
bet money he ain't never been on child support. Nah. She went to the court. The court determined that his obligation was financial. In other words, he ain't required to do nothing but pay that child support. Don't be mad when someone checkmates you in a game you initiated.
But when I
All right. So I want to say first salute to Celia Benya. Thank you so much for that copyright disclaimer that you put up. Guys, if you want to donate or just give a contribution to Mills Hot Button Thoughts, I appreciate you so much for doing that. Young Riaz, thank you so much for popping up and speaking with us. Rachel, it's always good, with having you up. Lonnie, thank you so much for coming up here. And we're gonna definitely have a battle of the sexes conversation going on. We're gonna be doing that. Salute to the Queen Phoenix Rising. Thank you, Selena, for coming up. So I wanted to say this as well too. Rachel, Lonnie, y'all got anything y'all wanted to add before we pop out?
Hey, yeah, thank you, Mel. No problem. I totally disagree with that statement. If you listen, if you're put on child support and you feel as though just because you're put on child support, that's your only obligation as a parent, that's insane. I mean, I will never go by that logic. I can't go by that logic at all.
See, we ain't leaving on that. I'm gonna respond back to you.
But what happens? What happens when the female's the reason he can't be around a child? Because I've seen plenty of that. Men trying to, they'll sit here. They good when they're giving out cash, right? And they still under child support. You see where I'm coming from? But she don't want him around because he's with another bitch or he's doing this. She can't be with him while she's eating her cake too. It's a problem. I mean, I've seen so many, So I'm like, damn, what happens when it's her the problem? And she's calling him a deadbeat, but shorty, like you're dependent off his fucking child support, off his cash, then on top of it, off the government.
No,
if you didn't have the government, what would you depend on?
No, I'm gonna speak like a bitter baby daddy to Lonnie right now. Lonnie, that's the reason why we couldn't have no kids together.
Oh shit.
Look, we're gonna be in the course every day. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Look. So you don't trust me to work with me, but about money. So you got to go to the white man to solve our financial disagreements. So now I'm saying go to the white man to solve your parenting disagreements.
Oh shit!
I mean, like I said, I totally like I said,
baby daddy.
Each situation is handled differently, right? Yeah. That's how I feel about the situation. So the child support thing gets so sticky. It just gets so sticky with that,
I think some niggas should be on child support. They don't want to do what they got to do. I mean, but some niggas actually do their job, and while they the female gotta give their ass the kiss for them to see their child, to be with their child. They want to do it.
Yeah, me and my ex, we ain't going through none of that.
You're not that. You ain't that female, money.
It been times if he asked me, he'd be like, hey, like Christmas is coming up, right? They know I don't celebrate Christmas. Never really celebrated Christmas. I don't mind contributing to a gift or whatever, but if it's an expensive gift that he want to get, this what you gonna get? Cause I just don't believe in kids having expensive gifts because they don't pay no bills, they don't do shit. Like that's just my opinion. Like that Xbox 5 or PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
They said it was like $500 or $600. I gave him like $100, $120. That's all you gonna get from me.
I'm dead.
But she not no different from me. He talking about, can we go half? Absolutely not. But like I said, it's times if I'll get something for my son. He'll get stuff. If he say, he'll be like, hey, I'm about to do this, because he goes shopping with the boys. I never went shopping with the boys, so I'll just send a cash app. I'll just send him money, send a cash app. One time I got some sneakers for my son. He was up there playing around because he wanted his feet to be bigger than his bigger brother feet. So then it just so happens, I'm glad I gave him the receipt. I call him. I'm like, he like, oh, we in a sneaker store. I said, your dad buying you another pair of sneakers? Oh no, I can't fit these. Why you said you can fit them? So he played too much. Okay, go with your dad. Y'all go shopping. I'll just send some money. But it's been times if he asks for money, if I say I don't got it, he just say okay. We don't argue. He don't say, oh, I'm gonna take you down for child support. None of that.
Lonnie, if we end up in court, all I'm gonna say is this: if you didn't ask me to help you get go to court, don't ask me to help with raising that.
Oh God, Mel said, "F that. Everything on your own now."
Bad bitter baby daddy, I'm telling you. But hey, guys, it has been such a blessing to have you guys up here. And hey, I want to say thank you to the 3 people that hooked me up with a super chat as well too. You know, like I said, I don't never just throw y'all names out, but y'all know who y'all are, and I thank you so much. So without further ado on that one, salute to the chat, salute to the panel. I'm still wabbit hunting. Listen, guys, wabbits, I'm not the one. We do grown stuff over here. If y'all want the fuck shit, go find the fuck shit. But not here. We do grown stuff. So
I know that's right.
Salute to y'all. Peace.
All right.
Peace.
Have a
Till
good
next
one.
time.
Y'all too. Enjoy your Sunday. Bye-bye.
If I knew then what I know now, sometimes I wonder, would I be the same or would I be different? A shorty still believes in fairy tales and imagination that lasts forever. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of times, fix my mistakes, will things change? Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life. Help me see the light through all the pain and strife. I wake up in the morning feeling lost and alone, wondering if life's worth living or if I should grab the throne. The weight of the world on my shoulders is hard to bear. I see no change, it's like nobody cares. I look in the mirror, see a stranger staring back, lost in the world and spinning off track. I ask myself, is this all there is, or should I give up and let the darkness win? I see no change, just the same old game. Wake up in the morning, I ask myself, is life worth living, or should I blast myself? I see no change, just the same old pain, but I know deep down, I gotta break these chains. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of time, fix my mistakes, will things change? Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. If I can go back in time, tell my younger self it's gonna be fine. Embrace the challenges, let your light shine. You'll grow and learn, just give it time. Hey young me, listen up, don't be afraid. Life's a journey, mistakes will be made. Chase your dreams, don't let them fade. Believe in yourself, you'll make the grade. Don't stress about what others say. Stay true to yourself every day. Love deeply, laugh often. Don't delay, cause in the end, it's how you play. Be kind to others along the way. Spread love and positivity each day. Don't worry about what they may say, cause your uniqueness is here to stay. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of times, fix my mistakes, but things change. Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life. Help me see the light through all the pain and strife. If I can meet my younger self, I tell her not to be afraid, that courage will be her wealth and bravery will never fade. Don't fear the challenges ahead, for you'll face them head on. Your inner strength will dawn. You'll grow up to be a warrior, standing tall, unafraid and strong. A parent, a role model, and inspired, fighting for what's right all along. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of time, fix my mistakes, but things change. Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life. Help me see the light through all the pain and strife. Looking back on all the roads I've traveled, regrets and lessons learned along the way, but still holding on to hope and faith that with God's grace, a brighter day will come our way. I see no change at all. I'm stuck in this cycle, feeling so small. I ask myself, is this all there is, or should I just end it all with a final kiss? I try to stay strong, but it's getting harder each day. The pain and the struggle won't seem to go away. I'm tired of the lies, tired of the deceit. I see no change, just defeat after defeat. I wake up in the morning feeling lost and alone, wondering if life's worth living or if I should grab the throne. The weight of the world on my shoulders is hard to bear. I see no change, it's like nobody cares. Deep down I know I must fight, I won't let the darkness consume me. I'll shine my light, I'll rise above the pain, I'll break free from these chains. I'll find my purpose and I'll make a change. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of times, fix my mistakes when things change. Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. Sometimes in life we make so many mistakes, and we think that when we fall, we're not able to get up. We listen to those that, talk in our ear, tell us that they, are there for us. And at the end of the day, what's crazy? A friend ain't nothing but a dollar in your pocket. Family is what you make of it. Family is not who you're born into. Alright? So we need to pick ourselves up and do what we gotta do.